We'd have to do it all over again.
Yeah, it could be disaster. We could. Borshch never repeats itself. Each time it's different.
Balakun, a bridge to Ukraine. Join the conversation at balakun.co.
Балакун – міст в Україну. Долучайтесь до наших розмов на www.balakun.co.
Please subscribe!
Today's the day that we've talked about for a long time. Today we are cooking borscht. And the first thing that we have to know about borscht, it is named as Ukrainian beetroot soup. Borscht is not a soup. It's a borscht. And that's it. It's a separate meal, a separate dish. You cannot name it soup. It can by its disguise, but it's not actually a soup. I could say that it is a masterpiece or whatever, but it's not just soup because it has to be thick. If you put your spoon into the borscht, it has to stand how you put it.
Okay.
Fun fact.
In 2019, UNESCO recognized Borshch as a cultural heritage, as non-material heritage of Ukraine. So there was a very big fight between Ukraine and Russia, as Russia wanted to steal it. So they claim that they also have borscht and they cook it, and they have all the cookery books with borscht on it. Nevertheless, traditionally borscht came from Ukraine, and Russians just started to cook it like we do. And that was a real victory. And there was a boom about borscht that time. It was a boom not only in Ukraine, but worldwide. Everyone wanted to taste it. Everyone just were eager about it. So that was the time.
Is it considered a special occasion meal, or do you have it all the time?
It's regular meal. And actually, cooking it with meat is not very common because when there were no fridges, no one could preserve meat anyhow. So they could smoke it or dry it, and most of the domestic animals were killed only for some holiday, like for Easter or for Christmas or whatever. And it was not very common for borscht to be cooked with meat.
I see.
The other fact that I thought of, that did you know that in America, in the United States of America, there's a Borshch belt. It's the district. There's not Borshch like in Ukrainian, but Borscht, like it's used to, for international usage, it's more common. It's a district in New York where you can taste borscht everywhere. It comes from Jewish people who came to America from Ukraine, who lived in Ukraine and brought some Ukrainian cuisine to America from Jewish Ashkenazi. So let's get started. We'll start from chopping meat. We have to take our meat and chop it into cubes over a centimeter width. I have here 700 grams of beef. I know that you have pork. The classical borscht is more of a pork made, but I take beef. So it depends. And actually, there are very many recipes of borscht, and I think that each family has its own borscht recipe. You have your own traditions in your family, the traditions that belong only to your family. And the same is with Borshch. So if you are in some other's house, you should and you have to taste their Borshch if they propose it.
So does yours turn out differently every time, or is it similar? Or do you experiment?
Almost similar, but it can be different every time. Yeah, yeah. You can put there whatever you like. Actually, there are a lot of recipes for Borshch. The classical one takes meat, pork, potatoes, cabbage, carrots, onions, and beetroot. Once I tried Borshch with beans, you can take dry kidney beans and just boil them. Some people put fish in Borshch. Some people put mushrooms, your favorite word, ryby.
Ryby.
And I've even seen people who put some jam to the Borshch.
Jam.
Strawberry jam. Yeah, like season it with jam, with strawberry jam. I never tasted it. It seems a bit unusual, but it can be. So as many recipes as you wish.
News, what's in news?
The main news of today was that Rada legalized medical cannabis. The Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine has legalized medical cannabis and provided the opportunity to use medical preparations containing hemp for the treatment of cancer and post-traumatic stress disorder.
That's great.
And that's very good news for those who have post-traumatic stress disorder, as we have a lot of soldiers that come from the front line and have this, and it's crucial for them to have this treatment, as it's the only way, the only remedy that could help them, because it's very hard for people to strive through it. And speaking of those who suffer from cancer, it helps to avoid vomiting on chemo.
And nausea, yeah. How
Yeah,
long will
yeah,
it take until people can start using it? Is there a process?
it's predicted to be half a year. And the main point of legalizing it is growing it. So it's cheaper to grow it here, to have domestic hemp, and not using European one, as European one costs like 11 euros per gram, and it's very expensive.
That's
Yeah,
huge progress.
and that's promising. That's promising news.
That's awesome. Do you have a bad news
Yeah.
story, or are you just doing good news today?
I don't get bad news. I have another news, but it's a bit overdue, as this piece of news was issued on the day that we recorded our podcasts last Thursday, and Thursday night we already knew that European Union leaders support open accession talk with Ukraine. So that's terrific news. And the European leaders at the summit in Brussels accepted the European Commission's recommendation to begin accession negotiation with Moldova and Ukraine. That's really great news.
Yeah,
So
that's
we have these
amazing.
two news, and both of them are promising and very optimistic.
Yeah. And do people have a sense of how long it will take to become a member? Or is it very hard to say?
I cannot predict it. I know some countries are waiting for decades, and some countries pass through it in months. So it depends. And I think it will take less time, as it's crucial for us to be a part of European Union, and it's also important for European Union to have us as a member.
This is good news for introverts. Learning to just say no to unwanted holiday invitations can benefit your mental health. A new study showed that rejecting undesired invitations to parties can be beneficial in avoiding holiday burnout. The study also found that even if the invitation comes from a loved one, they do not care about rejections as much as we imagine they do. So if you don't want to go to a party, just say no.
And that's it. And if ever anyone asks you, why don't you go there or why can't you come, you just say, I'm caring about my mental health.
Exactly, exactly. I'm trying to avoid holiday burnout.
News, what's in news?
I have also already my carrots and potatoes peeled and beetroot peeled. So I was a bit prepared for it.
I did the beetroot earlier, but not the carrot. I have a confession to make. I don't understand how this happened, but we don't have any potatoes in the house.
Oh,
Yeah, this is gonna ruin everything. We had some sweet
yeah.
potatoes. I don't know if
What do
that
you
would
want to
work.
substitute it with? No sweet potato. No sweet potato there.
What about real
You
carrot?
no, not carrots. We can skip potatoes actually.
Sorry.
By the way, some time ago, or a couple of centuries ago, Borshch was made without potatoes
Mhm.
and without any tomatoes or tomato paste, as there no tomato pastes or potatoes in Ukraine, like they
Mhm.
were brought from America. And
Really? No potatoes in Ukraine?
to make Borshch more sour, they were brought from America. They were like in 17th century, I guess, or
Mhm.
18th century.
Does it matter if I use a red onion or a white?
It doesn't matter, actually.
Oh,
I use white one. You have to boil your meat in fresh water, not salted one, for a half an hour. Meanwhile, I'll cut potatoes, approximately the same size as it would be meat after it's boiled.
How much cabbage are we using?
Same as meat, same as other ingredients.
Mhm.
I use a bowl
Mhm.
from which I eat. So I take meat, a bowl of meat, a bowl of cut potatoes, a bowl of cabbage, a bowl of all the grated vegetables like carrots and beetroot, and there is the bowl of beans if you take it
Beans.
all together.
Okay.
Yeah. As I mentioned, there are many recipes of borshch. There are a lot of them. And the hardest one is Kievan borshch, borshch from Kiev.
Mhm.
It's made from 3 types of meat. So they take mutton, they take pork, and they take beef for this borshch. And it's considered to be the hardest recipe of borshch.
Mhm. Sounds very complicated.
Yeah, the hardest one to cook.
So what's in green borscht?
Green borshch is not much alike borshch. It's just called this way. Green borshch, you take some meat. You can take chicken. You can take pork, or you can take even you can just do it without meat.
Mhm.
The main thing in green borshch is sorrel.
And I also wanted to add something. I
Mhm.
wanted to talk a bit about some unusual borscht recipes.
Yep, go ahead.
So, the first one is borscht with cherries.
What?
Yeah, you do it like regular borscht, and after that, in the end, you add some preserved cherries to your borscht.
Kind of like how the people added jam. You're
Yeah,
talking about
adding
from
jam makes it more sweet, and taking some preserved cherries can make it more sour.
I see.
Yeah. Next one is in Poltava. They cook borscht with halushki. It's pieces of batter.
Mhm.
So it's rather popular dish in Poltava region. That's pieces of batter called halushki. You have different soup with halushki, but there's a borscht with them. The next recipe is a borscht with prunes. Actually, this one I have tasted some time ago. It's very, very tasty, actually.
Imagine it would be quite sweet.
It can be like you have this smoke taste from prunes,
Mhm.
and it's very interesting.
Distinctive.
Explain your meme.
Okay, so we have this one of the TV channels, 1+1, is rather popular throughout Ukraine, and the main news show there is TSN, television news service. You can translate it like this. And here we have on the meme we have three screenshots of those news. For some year, I cannot say that it's cuts. Second one is 2022, like the end of 2021, and the second one, the third one is 2020. It says 2023, and for the first part, the subtitle is "How to not overeat for holidays." The second one, how to eat on holidays, and the third one, it's useful or it's healthy not to eat on holidays.
It's going from bad to worse.
Yeah, so the news preparing us for something.
Oh, tragic.
Explain your meme.
Could you tell something about soups in New Zealand? How do you eat them? How do you cook
Soups in New
them?
Zealand.
So, yeah,
We have a
are
lot
they
of,
popular?
in winters especially. I don't think they're as popular as they are in Ukraine, but we do have a lot of chicken soups, noodle soups. I like ramen as well. It's pretty popular.
Mhm.
But then we've got like traditional style soups like leek and potato, pumpkin. Personally, I like more interesting flavors, so like curried soups. So, like warm in winter, nice
Mhm.
cozy bowl of soup.
Are they thick,
Usually,
those soups?
usually. So sometimes you use a blender and make a creamy soup.
Oh, I like to do that with pumpkins.
Yeah, yeah. Pumpkin, and we have a type of sweet potato called kumara, which is really nice as well in soup.
Water boils,
Mhm.
so you could put your meat in it, and you have to watch it. You put it into your water, make your heat lower, simmer it for about half an hour. And in half an hour, you have to put salt. And after that, you could put potatoes. And while it is simming, you have
Yeah.
to watch it. And if there is some, we call it shum. It's like a foam or on the water. While
Foam.
meat is being boiled,
Mhm.
it looks like gray foam. You will take all your foam, that gray foam, from that comes from the meat, and you have to throw it away because it will make your soup bitter.
Are you taking out the gray film already, or do you wait until there's lots of it?
Well, I have a lot of this foam. We call it shum, this foam, and it can be translated to English like noise. So this gray foam,
Noise.
yeah. So
Noise.
it looks like noise, something that bothers you, that irritates you,
Yeah, white
that
noise.
doesn't have to be there.
Yeah.
So I see that you are grating your carrots.
Yeah.
Start to fry onions already. You take your vegetable oil, put it in your frying pan, make it hot, and put your onions in there.
Okay, and we're gonna start the messiest bit now.
Beetroot,
Yeah.
the messes and the tastiest. You know, there's something very interesting about Borshch. Cook it. I cook it. I usually start to cook it. It's afternoon, like at 12 o'clock in noon, and by 2 o'clock I finish it completely, and I eat the first bowl, and it's bigger than usual, bigger than my usual bowl, because whatever pot I take, I cook more than this pot can handle.
Yeah.
So that's my always my not problem. Yeah, I can say it's my problem that I cook too much in the pots, and I don't
Good
have to.
problem.
I have to put something more there, and I don't have any room for that. And I eat this bowl bigger than usual, and I don't have dinner that day. I have only lunch usually. So it's so you eat it too much, and it's so nutritious that you don't need anything to eat anything to dinner.
What's the word for beetroot? I've forgotten.
Буряк. Буряк. Is your beetroot fully violet, or is it more of an orange one? Because sometimes it could be orange in or very light.
No, it's very dark red.
Oh, it's great juice. Great beetroot.
How many have you got?
I have two of them, but big one. I think that I'll have to use just one of them. And second one, I'll boil and add some garlic there, and maybe sour cream or Greek yogurt. It's also such sort of a salad is also popular in Ukraine. So I've already put my onions, carrots, and beetroots into my pan. I have my meat boiled. Now I'll proceed with the potatoes. I put onions first, and after they are transparent, I put some carrots. I make it fry for a bit, or not fry, but stew. So you make your heat very low, and then after carrot is soft, put your beetroot there. After putting beetroot, you season both pot and the pan. You take 2/3 of a tablespoon of salt for your pot and 2/3 of a tablespoon of salt for pan. Then you use some sugar on your beetroot, so it will be more juicy. And you can take all other seasonings that you have I have red pepper, chili pepper, black pepper. Sometimes I put some paprika, but obviously don't have to. It's as you like. How's your pan doing? What's going on there? Don't make your heat too high. All the heat should be mild or low heat, so it will be tastier. I'm already proceeding to cabbage. The thinner you have your cabbage, the better. After onion is transparent, you add carrots and make them soft. So I've sliced the cabbage. I have my potatoes almost done, and beetroot and other vegetables already soft in the pan. So I can mix everything. So when you fry or stew your carrots, you don't mix them. You mix them regularly, but when you put your beetroot, you put it just on the top, so you don't mix it in the first place. You put your seasonings like salt and sugar and everything to the taste on the top of beetroot, and make beetroot give some juice of it. And when the beetroot is soft, you can mix everything. So it will be like some sort of a stew in your pan. So I already have my beetroot almost done. I have potato and cabbage with meat here. And all I have is to add beans and to add a tablespoon of tomato paste and combine it into the pot. The other thing about borshch, that it has to stay for some time to become tastier. So if you cook it and you eat it right away, it's not that tasty. But if you wait for a couple of hours, it becomes more tasty. And the next day, it's even more tasty. It doesn't go off for about a week. If you put it in your fridge, you can be sure that you could eat it for a week and it won't spoil and won't go off. My beetroot is ready. I'm putting my beans here. I'm putting beans. First, I put white beans with tomato sauce there. Then I take kidney beans. First, I put a tablespoon of tomato paste there. I'm mixing everything. So I've combined everything in my pot. It's not cooked yet. It has to boil for a while on the lowest heat for about 10-15 minutes. But actually it is ready. But it has to boil for every ingredient to mix and to share its taste with one another. Like in the end, you have all that borshch with all the ingredients tasting almost the same. They all taste like borshch, not like you taste in cabbage or tasting beetroot separately. You're tasting borshch itself.
Try to pronounce it.
I'm ready for the word.
Okay, we'll take the simple one. Borshch.
Borshch.
It's obvious, right?
Borshch.
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 Like train.
Borshch.
But not soft one. You are softening it.
Borshch.
Not borshch, but borshch. More
Borshch.
Ukrainian.
Borshch.
Yeah.
Borshch.
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 Yeah, great. It can be this. And now we taking the sentence.
Я люблю борщ.
Oh, you're making a sentence by yourself. Wow.
That's from Duolingo.
We cooked delicious борщ. Ми приготували смачний борщ. Ми приготували смачний борщ.
Ми приготували смачний борщ.
Ага.
I have a word for you. Let me put it in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, you must be kidding me. Onomatopoeia.
Perfect. Perfect. Well done.
I did it.
That's great.
That's great.
You know what it means?
No.
It's a word that sounds like what it is. Like hiccup, zoom, bang, beep, moo, splash.
I see. I totally get it.
Yeah. Do you have any
That's interesting.
onomatopoeias in Ukrainian?
We have this bulk,
Bulk.
like a drop is falling into the water,
That's
and you
great.
have this sound, and you call it bulk.
Bulk.
And bulkati is a word, a verb for making this sound.
Try to pronounce it.
How's your borщ doing? I think I have to taste it to say you how it is, because for the color it looks well, and for the taste I don't know. Have you tasted it already?
But it's not blended yet, as you said. It's a bit longer to blend. How's yours taste?
Spicy, as I like it. I can see that potatoes are light, although cabbage is already red. I have to wait until potato gets red, and it means that I can switch it off and put it aside so it can be ready completely. Are you dealing with parsley? You can add it in the very end.
I might add it before I serve it, actually.
Many people add dill there. I prefer parsley to borщ. Do I have sour cream already?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Because it tastes better with sour cream. And some black bread also. Or pampushki.
What a joke! Ha 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 ha!
I've promised that I bring joke this time. It is a tweet, actually. Sternenko got everyone involved with FPV so much that next fall there will be so many drones that we will be killing cockroaches with them.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Sternenko is one of the YouTubers and volunteers. He's rather famous, and his main perspective is making donations for these drones, as they have a crucial meaning during this war. So this war is more of a drone one. For those who listen to this episode, we have already some time passed, and Sandi has tasted her borщ, and I really think that San, you have to share your impressions of borщ and share impressions of your parents for it.
It tasted really good, especially after leaving it for a few hours and then warming it up again. All of the flavors just melted together like a good borщ. So, and everything turned red, as you suggested. My parents really enjoyed it as well. They thought it was great. My mum said she'd never tasted anything like it. I have had real borщ once before, made by a Ukrainian, and mine was almost as good, but not quite. So that's my impression of it.
That's great. I'm glad that you liked it, and I'm glad that you have cooked borщ and from on the other part of the world, on the different time zone, in the different time zone, in the different part, like we're in the northern half of Earth, and you're in the southern half of Earth, and over the continents, you cook borscht, and I think it's amazing.
I've heard Ukrainians say bon appetit. Is there a Ukrainian version of that? Or do you just say bon
Smachnoho.
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 Smachnoho. Smachnoho. Okay.
Let it taste, like something like that. Let it taste.
Let it be tasty.
Yeah.
Balakun, a bridge to Ukraine. Join the conversation at balakun.co.